So we're just doing some basics review today. All we have to do is factor, multiply and divide, add and subtract fractions. You guys have factored so many times. Maybe I'll do one at the end just to make sure you've got factoring down. But we're going to start with this divide here. 2/3 times, what should I change it to? 5/4. You are correct. You flip that second one and we get 10/12. Can I leave it that way? Nope. If you can factor it, you should. 6 times 2. No, wait, that's not 10. 5 times 2. And 6 times 2. Cancels. 5, 6. Okay, so dividing fractions, just change it to multiply fractions. Then how about add and subtract fractions? 1/3 plus 4/5. Right off the bat, I go, can't add these. Don't have a common what? Denominator. Good. So I got to multiply this one by something and multiply this one by something, and then they'll have a common denominator. Cole, what's a good common denominator? All right. All you have to do is multiply them. 15. See what he did there? You just take two denominators and multiply them. That's all you got to do. So then if I want this to be 15, what should I choose to multiply it by, Lily? 3. And then it's a 3/3. And on the other side, if I want 15, Vukovic, what should I multiply by? 5. Yes. And then my final answer becomes 5/15 plus 12/15. And then common mistake, I totally get what they're doing. They say 17/30. Nope. What is it? 17 what? 15. Yes. It's a common denominator, and you just leave it as 15. 17/15. Some people say, but shouldn't you make that into 1 2/15? Nope. Don't have to. All right. Everybody try this one without me. 2/3 minus, by the way, minus, it works the same exact way. 1/2. Two-thirds minus 1/2. Noah, what's a good common denominator? 6 is correct. So Noah, left side, what should I multiply by? Okay, so I should multiply by 2/2. Do you get what I mean there? This will make this into sixths. Annabelle Fung, tell me how to finish this. I now get what for this?
4/6.
Very good. And then Annabelle on the other one, I should not multiply by 2. I should multiply by what?
3.
Yeah, if I multiply by 3/3, what do I get?
3/6.
And 3/6 is the same as 1/2, which makes sense. And then I subtract. Annabelle, final answer.
1/6.
Yep. Now, why are we doing these? Because, thank you, we're going to have problems like this in just a second. And that seems so much more complicated, but it's really not. Do you get they already have a common denominator? So the denominator is just a 5. And you got to remember your basics, though, before you get into this kind. 2x and x, that makes 3x. 3x plus another 3x makes 6x. 6x minus an x makes 5x. That'd be 5x/5. And if I left it like that, I wouldn't have simplified it enough. What would happen? Final answer? Yes. You get how that is at its heart? It's a fraction problem. Do you get if a kid didn't know how to add regular fractions? There's no way they're going to be able to add that. So I got to make sure that you have your basics down. So today is just like simple stuff. Add, subtract, multiply, and divide. And then what about factoring? Last one on factoring. Can you factor that? Jordan, how do I start? Yep. And then should I do add, subtract, or minus, minus, or plus, plus? Add and subtract. RC, what's something that multiplies to 9? 9 and 1. And I'm putting them there. I don't honestly know. I just slapped them in somewhere. I got to see if it works. X times x makes my x squared. And 1 times negative 9 does make negative 9. But it'll always come down to these two. Did it actually work? 1x, negative 9x. Does that give me what I want? It does. So yay, I factored it properly. Why do we need these? So that you can get the zeros. The zeros would have been x equals 9 and x equals negative 1. The roots, the zeros. The zeros are the thing that make this equal 0. That's why they're a big deal. Okay, you are completely refreshed on add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions, plus a little bit of factoring. And that's what's on today's worksheet. As a special bonus, since it's Friday, you may throw out any 2 problems on the worksheet. Do everything if you want, or do everything except 2 problems. So you can skip a couple and still get a perfect paper. Okay? Get to work. It's there. Ideal world. 1 kid finished with like 15 minutes to spare, even on a shortened day today. Okay? So this should feel really easy. But if it doesn't, this is your chance to say, am I doing this right? You know, just walk up and ask me, like, am I doing this one right? I'll be happy to help you. Yes? Yes. Could you read me the problem and I'll help everybody? All right, I will happily help you, and I know this is a tough one. They don't have a common denominator at all. Oh, that's right, times. Okay, then I don't need a common denominator. So the good part is, I'm going to put this in parentheses, and this in parentheses, and this in parentheses. And I'm just going to write it out like this, and you tell me if this makes it easier to see what you're supposed to do. Now, one more thing. Before you go to a whole crap ton of work, do you get if you can cancel something? If you can cancel it, you should cancel it. And there's something that can be canceled there. And that makes your life so much easier. So it's like multiplying normal fractions. All right. So there is one extra help on the challenge question. This would simplify down a lot really quick, and then there you go. All right, Dropbox your worksheet. Once you have Dropboxed your worksheet, I am fine with you doing whatever. You can work on other math. You can text your friends all hour. Fine with me as long as you're done with your worksheet. If you want to work on your worksheet and be texting a friend, that's even okay during the last part of the hour. I'm okay with that. On a Friday, no big deal. All right, as long as you're working at the same time.